Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday. I hope everybody had a wonderful and safe Halloween, and apparently for, depending on where you live, I guess, and everything else that's going on in the world, which is absolutely a crazy time, obviously. Some people basically didn't have much of a Halloween, if at all. So let me know down in the comment section of what you guys did for Halloween, if anything, or if there were less trick-or-treaters or more trick-or-treaters. It's absolutely crazy. Or like Thunder, if there was just a couple of grown-ass men or women or just people that took everything from your front porch and instead of just taking one piece of candy while you were gone, let me know down in the comment section and we'll see how common that is with this crazy 2020, man, and the pandemic and everything going on. But there is something else that I obviously wanted to talk about in this video. Judging from the title, you guys probably have a good idea of what that is. But it seems like Call of Duty is kind of having a pandemic of its own if you think about it. So in that pandemic, no, it's not skill-based matchmaking. But although skill-based matchmaking does directly / indirectly have something to do with it, and I'll get to that in a minute, but that is, how is Treyarch going to handle the hacking situation? Now, we know that during the beta, there were already some hackers or whatnot, so that is a bad sign in and of itself. But let's go back to the nitty-gritty real quick. Let's break it down real quick and try to think from a hacking perspective or a cheating perspective, right? Why do these people cheat? Why do they download hacks and all that? Likely most of them, if not all of them, are absolutely not good at the game. They're terrible at the game, or some of them are even streamers or whatnot that have recently been caught in Modern Warfare hacking in plain sight. I guess they forgot to cover their tracks, so to speak. That are just trying to make a buck while cheating. You know, they're pretending to be the beast player that they're actually not. And who knows, even some of the quote-unquote beast players that we know of today that have so many subscribers and Twitch subs and stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe they've been kind of, I don't know, how many of them are clean? I'm starting to wonder. Now, I'm not necessarily suggesting that people like that are doing wall hacks or stuff like that, but I'm basically talking about things like the Zen Max or the Cronus Max or whatever the fuck those are called nowadays. But anyway, let's get back to the nitty gritty here. So hackers / cheaters usually hack because they're either trying to A, get a quick buck here on YouTube or on Twitch or whatnot by pretending to be a beast of a player when they're actually not. Or more likely, the biggest thing is that they're not good at the game. So they hack in order to get an advantage, an unfair advantage, and among other things, in order to basically just either do well at the game or just for them to have fun. Now, me personally, I don't see how in the world somebody can enjoy a game by hacking or whatnot. But at the same time, I don't see how somebody can enjoy a certain food that I don't enjoy. So to each their own, right? Different strokes for different folks, different palates for tastes and stuff like that. I mean, we get it, you know? Even going into regular relationships, man. Some of them guys like them girls with the big booties and hourglass figures and a huge stomach and all that kind of stuff, man. I sure as hell am not going to judge. As a matter of fact, from personal experience, I could tell you that out of the quote-unquote skinnier girls compared to the quote-unquote bigger girls that I've experienced in my life, the bigger girls, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, are the better lovers. Let me know down in the comment section if you've had a similar experience, so that way we can compare the two. Now, going back on topic here. So, what do these things have to do with each other? Well, look at it this way. Skill-based matchmaking was implemented in order to protect the bad players, right? The casual players. Well, it just so happens that a lot of these casual or bad players happen to be hackers as well. Warzone is littered with hackers. I got some people that tell me that they've hardly seen any hackers, and then there's other people all over social media that say otherwise. Like it's only been the first game of Warzone, or it's only been the first game of this and that, and I'm already running into this kind of bullshit. And so, and again, it's not just to hacking in Modern Warfare, but there's also, again, something that's a little bit more hidden, like the Cronus Zen Max or whatnot. Sometimes, I'm telling you, man, I know that kill cams are not perfect, but sometimes when I look at some kill cams, it's like, holy fucking shit, dude. Or whenever I see some quote-unquote beast gameplay on YouTube or whatnot, I'm like, I've been playing Call of Duty for 10 years, and, you know, this gun is supposed to have recoil, and you can clearly see that even though, you know, obviously you can control recoil on a gun with enough experience, you can obviously tell that there's absolutely zero recoil and zero effort to control that recoil among the footage. So It is an absolutely crazy time. So the thing is, the biggest thing I'm worried about with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is how in the motherfucking world are they going to handle the hackers, or if they're going to handle them at all? Because quite frankly, I don't think they're going to handle them at all, because it all goes back to what I was saying about skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking was put into the game to the degree that it's been put on in Modern Warfare and obviously beyond now, simply to protect the casual players, which are the ones that are most likely to purchase microtransactions and make Activision the $2 billion that they made in these last 3 months. And they just had one of those quarterly income like information releases or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I can't think of that at the moment. But apparently they went from, like, previously they made $1.2 billion, and this time, these last 3 months, they've upgraded to $2 billion, and that's not game sales. That is in-game purchases, as in microtransactions, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely nuts. So the thing is, I mean, are these hackers going to purchase microtransactions? Probably. They're going to want that other gun or whatnot and stuff like that, and then they could take advantage of their hacks with the new gun and all that kind of shit. And obviously the people that have their Cronus or ZenMax, you know, they can put their videos out. Hey, here's a new gun. Here's what you could do with this new gun, and make other people purchase this new gun. Now, granted, you don't have to buy any microtransactions to purchase new guns and stuff like that. But according to the patent that we know about, if you purchase microtransactions, you are likely to get easier lobbies. So reverse boosting at this point isn't even remotely a problem like it used to be. It's hacking at this point. So because microtransactions, despite the hacking, and that hackers are likely to purchase microtransactions, whether they just play Warzone or whether they play regular multiplayer or whatnot, they are still likely to purchase microtransactions. So why in the world would you care? If you're Activision, and if you're as greedy as Activision, why in the hell would you even care about the hacking situation? It's like, hey, we don't care how you play the game. Just play our game and buy microtransactions. I mean, do the developers care whether you camp or rush? No, they just care that you play their game. They don't give a fuck what you do. So therefore, why should they care if you're hacking or not? Ask yourself that question. Why should they give a damn? You're playing their game, you're making them money, and ultimately that's all that matters. Ultimately, that's all that matters, and I hate to say it in this day and age. I mean, for those of you guys that watched my previous video that I posted yesterday, I'm telling you guys, like, I'm about to put myself through a crazy work grind, again, for money, so that way I can get ahead. So for all these guys, YouTubers, content creators, or Activision themselves or whatnot, I mean, really, do they really give a damn? Like, for instance, do you think that some of these YouTubers or whatnot, some of them that might be legitimately beastly, or some of them that are a little shady or whatnot, ultimately what they care about is the views and all that kind of other stuff, and they're not going to change a damn thing unless their views drop. And therefore, Activision is not going to change anything unless their sales drop. Microtransactions and in-game and game sales as well. Nothing is going to change. Money talks and bullshit walks. It's as simple as that. I know that that's an old saying, but it is absolutely true, and more true now than ever, since people are, you know, going through what they're going through in this world with the crazy pandemic and stuff like that. There are people out there right now that are so desperate to find a job that they will literally do anything, including sucking a dick, to be able to make a living, to feed themselves, to feed their children, to keep their cars from being repossessed, to keep a roof above their heads. I mean, that's the kind of world we live in, and that is the reality we live in. And if you don't live in that kind of reality, count yourself blessed and lucky, because it is absolutely nuts out there, and you got to do whatever it is that you have to do to survive, and that's basically how it works. So for these guys, that is the way they look at it, whether it's Activision, whether it's the YouTubers, the content creators, the people that are shady or not. They don't care. Their integrity at this point right now has gone out the motherfucking window, because it's all about the dollar. And for some of these guys that are obviously making bank off of this, it's not even about survival like it is for the rest of us. It's basically about, hey, what can we do to maximize profits? And who gives a shit if people are hacking? They're playing our game. Who gives a fuck? Why are we, even though we're making billions of dollars every year and every 3 months, it's like, why would we spend, you know, a few million here and there to develop an anti-hacking system? It's only going to bring our sales down, and on top of that, we're spending money on it. These are how these people think, and there's literally nothing we can do about it unless we decide to not buy their microtransactions or their game. Simple as that. So, and in a lot of ways, and some of you guys might agree, they have us by the balls because a lot of us have Call of Duty syndrome. In other words, you're addicted to playing Call of Duty regardless of what flavor it is. So therefore, every single year, you're going to buy that game in hopes that it's a better game. And it may or may not be, depending on your particular flavor and how the cookie crumbles. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how the cookie crumbles. And for those of you guys that have been oblivious or hiding under a rock or not living in reality, I apologize to break this to you, but this is how it works. And the hacking situation is the biggest concern in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. It is not the skill-based matchmaking. It is not whether or not it's a rush-friendly COD or not. No. It's not the connections. Those are very big concerns, and they are game-breaking concerns. And you know, they could interfere with your fun of the game, so to speak, sure. But the number one thing is the hacking situation. And I have a feeling, and I hate to sound like a pessimist, but obviously if you've been listening to this commentary, I'm being a realist here. I really have a feeling that they are not going to do anything about the hacking situation, honestly. I really don't think they will, unless it benefits them, which is why Activision went against those companies that developed those hacks, because they're like, hey, okay, we will go after them because, quite frankly, it's going to make us money because we're going to sue these guys or whatnot. So, again, it's all about the dollar. It's all about profit. Simple as that. And unfortunately, it's gotten to the point to where there is no integrity, and you got the developers that are basically taking all the blame. Activision doesn't give a fuck at this point because most of us are going to blame the developers, but we all know that it's Activision that is in control. And do they hear us? No. They're absolutely deaf because they got too much fucking money in their ears to listen otherwise. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. Let me know down in the comment section, do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree with what I'm saying? Are you an Activision fanboy? Are you a person that doesn't live in reality? Let me know everything down in the comment section, including your experience with bigger girls versus smaller girls, and whether or not you agree, according to your experience, to that the bigger girls are actually better lover than the smaller girls. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I am going to go stream some Shoot the House or Shoot the Ship, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.